Making It Work is brought to you by Wix. Create your own professional website for free at wix.com/go/TFD.
I spent the majority of my early 20s living in an apartment with 3 dudes and no other women. I definitely don't miss living with that many roommates, but I do miss parts of that living arrangement. I've always mainly had girlfriends, so living with guys necessitated spending more time around them, which I ended up really appreciating, for a number of reasons. For instance, I figured out a ton of things that weren't worth spending money on, at least for me. Living with the guys showed me a few better ways to stretch my dollar, from observing both their good money habits and their mistakes. Here are the 7 things I never spend money on anymore after living with all-male roommates. Number 1. Tech products with cuteness as the main selling point. I've learned that it's often more cost-effective to go more utilitarian with tech products, but that's not because I don't want tech items in cute, girly colors. They just often cost way more and perform way worse. I learned this the hard way with a pair of rose gold headphones. I hadn't bothered to find unbiased customer reviews, and they crapped out after a few months. My techie roommate let me borrow his boring black pair, and they worked so much better. And I found out they were $30 cheaper. I now know to read as many testimonials as I can when it comes to purchasing an electronic, and that often the cutest option is far from the best. Number 2. Cheap, purely utilitarian home items. The guys seemed to not really care about their everyday belongings. They had a few special items they really took care of, but their armchairs would always be covered with dirty clothes, their shelves were always dusty, and they didn't take care of their dishes or cutlery. A big part of this was because they often just bought the cheapest item possible and never felt like these items were really theirs, even though they were. They ended up damaging or breaking things or wearing them out quickly as a result of their lack of care. I resolved to always make sure my everyday items were ones I actually wanted to take care of. I may spend a little more up front, but I'm motivated to care for my things when they feel like a true part of my home. Number 3. Jeans that last less than a year. While my dude roommates never invested in home items, one of them happened to be more than willing to splurge on long-lasting clothing. I can't tell you how many times he and I have gotten into a drunken deep dive on the virtues of salvage denim. Is he a bit mansplaining about jean quality? Yes. Am I about to go drop $300+ on a pair of stiff, starchy jeans that are somehow the best ones out there? Hell no. But I used to buy the cheapest jeans I could find, which inevitably developed inner thigh holes after only 6 months. My roommate showed me that it is more than possible to find great jeans that last literal years, helping me seriously consider the cost per use of what I buy. Number 4. Outsourced product assembly services. I, like many typical girls, wasn't raised to have a lot of construction-type skills, so I never took the time to learn how to do things like set up a new piece of furniture or paint a wall. I'd just pay someone else to do it for me. But since living with these guys, all of whom figured out how to manage any construction task simply because they didn't even consider outsourcing it, I realized that I can do all of that stuff too. I'm proud to say that after mastering a few basic skills and tools, I can now always figure out how to assemble something by myself. Number 5. Gym equipment you won't actually use. I'm looking at you, aspirationally purchased pull-up bar that my roommates used maybe twice before leaving it to forever gather dust in our living room doorway. I'm sure buying home gym equipment is cost-effective for a lot of people, but it certainly wasn't for my roommates, who also somehow each had their own forgotten set of weights. And it's definitely not for me. I've lived in an apartment filled by home exercise equipment that never got used. I'd much rather pay for the external accountability of fitness classes rather than waste money on even more equipment. Number 6. Food products that are more about packaging than quality. The guys used to make fun of me for all the foofy groceries I bought that were clearly more about their amazing packaging design than the quality of the food. And honestly, if I hadn't lived with a group of people for whom the siren song of an adorable wine label or glass yogurt jar fell flat, I may never have changed this habit. It's so normalized, and women especially are so heavily targeted by pretty packaging. Their teasing didn't make me swear off my beautifully bottled almond milk forever, of course, but it made me really think about which products I was buying and reconsider what had become my default habits when it came time to grocery shop. Number 7. Separate products for every element of my grooming routine. I know it's basically a meme at this point to make fun of men who use one grooming product for literally everything, from washing their face to conditioning their hair. And while that's definitely not my case, I couldn't help but notice that in our shared bathroom, my shelf of products literally took up as much space as 3 guys' worth of bathing products. And all of them had pretty solid hygiene. It made me wonder how many of these individual use products I really needed, and where I could save money by combining. For example, I now use a little bit of conditioner as shaving cream. I also swapped out my fancy body scrub for a homemade one using raw sugar and lemons. Basically, I've gone from having a full grooming aisle in my bathroom to just having the essentials, and being much more discerning about how I spend. Living with all guys wasn't a perfect situation, but it was a positive one overall. And it definitely encouraged me to confront spending habits I may not have re-examined otherwise.
Whether you're a hobbyist food blogger or need a sleek website for your small business, Wix has everything you need to create a professional, customized website all by yourself. Wix is a free platform that allows anyone to build personalized, professional, and beautiful websites. No coding experience necessary. The advanced drag and drop tools let you create a beautiful website in minutes. With over 160 million registered users, Wix can help anyone build a business, establish a personal brand, or easily design a customized portfolio. With beautifully designed templates and all-in-one management, Wix offers hundreds of templates, unlimited pages, and top-grade hosting for free. And if you upgrade to one of their premium subscriptions, you can get even more. Whether you create a website for your business or professional needs, or simply as a hobby, Wix offers you total creative freedom so that your website reflects exactly who you are. Visit wix.com/go/TFD to create your own free Wix website. Or you can upgrade to a yearly premium plan for even more features and get 15% off with our promo code TFD15.